Hey Team Thorn, how are you guys? It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. We are all in the car headed to the mall, and I just wanted to say hi and also to just share with you what's on my mind. I think I do a lot of thinking while I drive. So I was thinking about what it means to start a business or to have a business. Clearly, I'm not starting. Yesterday was my 5th anniversary. Whoop, whoop. 5 years with 31. Can you believe that? On and off, back and forth. I quit, I don't quit. All of that happening, having babies, not sure if I'm supposed to do this, all this back and forth, and I hit my 5th anniversary. Can you believe that? That is really crazy. So now as my 5th anniversary present to myself, this whole year I've been thinking about what I want for my 5th anniversary, and I want a team. I want us to be a director level team. And I think the only thing standing between us and being a director level team is our mindset and what we think about our business. I really, really believe that. So I want us to take a minute to think about what it means to start a business. When you start a business, you have to come up with a particular product. You have to develop that product. You have to find manufacturers for that product. If that product involves food or skincare, you have to have chemists and factories and things like that. For us, we had to come up with designs. For 31, they had to come up with designs and manufacturers, materials, places. Where do you buy the materials? How do you be user-friendly? How do you be earth-friendly? All of that stuff, right? And then once you do all of that, you still haven't made a profit, right? You are still looking and spending money on developing your product. Then you have to get a website. And you have to get a web host, and you have to decide, are you going to take credit cards? Are you going to pay for those fees? Are you going to get a brick and mortar store? If you do get a store, are you going to pay rent? Are you going to, you have to pay rent. Or are you going to own? Are you going to build from the ground up and own your own land? Then you have to open the doors of the store. But before you even get to open the doors, you have to purchase the display items. You have to turn the lights on, the gas on, the electricity on, the phone on. You have to hire people. You have to pay those people. You have to get employee benefits and make sure you have insurance on the building and on the tenants and on whatever else is in that building. All of this goes into starting a business. So when you look around and you see Walgreens or Macy's or a veterinary shop or an ice cream parlor, all of those people went, most likely, either saved up for years and years and years before they were able to open their business. Most people have to open more than one business in order to be successful, because most businesses fail in the first 3 years, especially restaurants. That's a whole different can of beans, right? You got to come up with a menu. And then most businesses, if they didn't save up for years or get $1 million loan from somebody, then they have to go into debt to start their business. And then that means probably the first few years that they are in business, they are not making a profit. They're just paying people and staying afloat and paying off the debt that they got to start their business. So I thought about all of this, and of course there are different businesses that you can start. For example, you could start an online store, which is going to have a whole lot less overhead, yet you still have to design your own website. You have to make sure you have a marketing strategy. You have to design all of your marketing, or hire somebody to design it. There are so many steps to owning your own company. And direct sales, and in particular 31, is really an awesome opportunity for those of us who just don't have that kind of capital. We just don't. We don't have it. And if you are waiting for us to get it, we will always work for someone else, which is the plan, right? The master plan for the powers that be is they want everybody to work for them. And they're going to always find a way to get their money out of it, right? But 31 is an opportunity for you to get into the game of business ownership without having to play the game by their rules, which is absolutely amazing. And if you think about it that way and you actually start your business, this is what you need to do. Pretend like you have a brick and mortar business and you've already designed the product, manufactured the product, got the lights turned on, the gas, everything else. All of that has been taken care of. And now you have a business. That's where you get to start. We get to start where the website is already taken care of. The lights and gas are already on. The credit card company fees are even taken care of. We already have a product. We already have a marketing strategy. We have pictures that we can download. We get to skip so many steps in the process of starting a business. And we get to hit the ground running. And what happens with most people who start direct sales companies is, because we get to start the lazy way. The reality is we get to start the lazy way. We don't have to put all that work in. And so because we didn't put the work in, we don't work the business as hard. We don't feel like success is a must, because I just put $40,000 into this business, so I have to make that $40,000 back at least. And then I gotta make a profit, so I'm going to work this business. We don't think of it that way. We think of it as, oh, I just want to do this part-time, and it didn't work because I asked 10 people and they all said no, so it didn't work. Ask yourself, if you really want this to work. Now, this is just for people who really want it to work. If you had put $40,000 into your business, would 10 people be enough? Would 20 people? Would 100 people be enough? No. You would ask 1,000 people. You would ask 10,000 people. You would find a way to go and market your business. You would listen to classes and go online and research what's the best way for me to get my message out there, right? Now, listen, this business has the potential of being just as profitable as any business that you may have started with $40,000 or $50,000, even more so. The people who make the most money with 31, they make more than doctors. They make more than lawyers. They make more than CEOs. They are CEOs of their own companies. Listen, these people are making money that totally trumps every other business that you can think of. There are people out there who are investment bankers who are not making the same amount of money as some of our top sellers with 31. So I'm not a full-time person. I'm not yet. I want to be at some point, but I want to be with my kids right now. That's my why. And I want to be able to work a business part-time and still make decent money. I'm not trying to make $500,000 right now. Hopefully, eventually I can get there, but I just want to make $1,000 a month. Maybe $2,000 a month would be great. My goal is $5,000 a month, right? That's my big goal. That's actually my big goal. If I get to $5,000 a month, I would be amazed, right? But there are people in this company who are making $100,000 a month, and they all started with that $99 kit. So I'm telling you all of this because if you tried this business and you did not succeed, it is probably because you don't want it badly enough, or because you just didn't understand what you had to do. I know that's my issue. I think if I had known 5 years ago what I know now, number one, I probably wouldn't have started, because I was like, oh, I just want something part-time. But number two, I think if I had known maybe 3 years ago what I know now, I would be a lot further along, because I understand now that this is a business, and I understand more about what it means to run a business. And I know that, having great ideas and saying, oh, I know this will work, I know that will work, and then not doing it, not implementing it, sitting around dreaming and not working, sitting around having great ideas and not creating the graphics, or creating the graphics and then not sending them out, sabotaging yourself. That's what I've done so many times. I'll sit and create a graphic and not like it, spend 2 hours on a graphic and not like it and not send it out, and not make any money off of that time that I spent. Those are the kinds of things that discourage us and make us feel like this business didn't work. But the reality is, this business will work, period, if you work it. I am seeing the fruit of my labor in my own life. I am a living witness that when I get serious and work the business, it works. Because just like any business, it only works if you work. So that's what's on my mind today. I struggle to find time to work the ideas that I have, just like many of us. But that's why I'm part-time. I'm not going to do every idea that comes across my mind. I'm not going to be able to. But I can do something. And I know what it's like to have. I have 4 children. I've been doing this business since I only had 2. And when I started, I had a 9-week-old. So really, through 3 births, I've worked this business. And you can take some time off, the time that you need. You can go at it. But if you are struggling with whether or not this business is worth it, or maybe your husband or your family is not behind you in this business, this is what I want you to tell them. I want you to ask them, will you give me 6 months to be serious about this business? Will you give me 6 months? And I want you to tell them, working a business is like planting a garden. You have to plant the seeds. There's no fruit. You have to water the seeds. There's no fruit. You have to make sure there's sunlight hitting the garden. There's no fruit. You have to water it some more. There's no fruit. You have to remove the weeds. There's no fruit. You have to make sure that garden is protected from rodents and other animals like rabbits and birds. There's still no fruit. Starting a business takes investment first, and then you will get the fruit. And the fruit that you get will be bigger and more than what you planted, right? When you plant a seed this small, you don't get a bunch of little seeds that small. When you plant a seed, you get a stalk, or you get a plant, and you get fruit, and you get tomatoes and oranges and apples and trees and all kinds of stuff like that, right? When you plant, when you start a business, when you're investing, when you go to a vendor show and you didn't make any sales, that was you planting a seed. That was the seed. That's not the fruit. When you go to a party and you didn't make as much money as you would like, but you booked 3 more parties, or you introduced your product to more people and you're going to get referrals, that is planting the seed. Explain that to your family and ask them if they're willing to help you plant seeds for 6 months and see what fruit you get. What sprouts, right? Do you see a little green thing coming up? Okay, well, do you give up on that? No, you put more time into, you like, oh, I see the fruit coming. I see it coming. I'm not going to give up on it yet. That's what I want you to run by your family. I want you to sit down and have a real conversation and say, look, I know that I haven't really produced what I thought we were going to produce, but the reality is I didn't work the business the way that I should have worked the business. Will you back me up for 6 more months and help me work the business the way I know I should? And then let's evaluate the fruit. Let's evaluate the plant and see what happens. I want you to do that with your family and let me know, when you want me to help you get started or restart it. And let's make this thing happen. I want everybody on this team making $500 a month by the end of summer, at least. Can we do that? I will help you do that. Can we do that? I believe we can do that. All right. I love you, ladies. I know this is a long video, but I really hope you watch it to the end. If you watch it to the end, let's see, what can I do? If you watch it and you get to this point and you send me a message that says, I got to the end of the video, I will send you some happy mail, okay? Just say, I got to the end of the video, where's my happy mail? And I will send you some happy mail, okay? All right, I love you, ladies. Talk to you later. Bye.